I was thinking that Fantom is not a popular project, but after posting the poll yesterday, I was surprised to see that more than 60% of you guys have chosen to analyze Fantom next. Today I will take a look at it and see what's inside the chart. Stay till the end. For a start, I want to say that this structure accepts two possibilities. The first possibility is that the structure is complete and we have already reached the all-time high for Fantom. And the second possibility is suggesting that there is a little bit of extension that's left because we're in a correction right now, and as soon as this correction is complete, we'll continue this last extension. So I'll explain each one of those possibilities. Now, if we were to break down this structure, we can see that the structure started here in March of 2020. This was the initial impulse, and this was the first correction. This was the second impulse, and this was the second correction. And this is the fifth and the last piece of the structure. Now, as it stands today, we can look at this as a complete five-wave structure, which has already ended right at this point. And if I was looking at this structure at any other market other than the cryptocurrency, I would say that this structure is totally complete here, and I'll be looking to take short positions at this point. But because we're in the cryptocurrency market and because I believe that the cycle has not ended yet, so this will lead me to the second possibility. And for that, I will need to zoom into this last piece of the structure. Now, if you look at this last piece of this structure, you will see that this last piece is corrective in its nature, and it's not impulsive to the downside. And this is the exact reason that made me doubt that this could be the end of the structure at this point. In addition to that, if we look at this specific piece, we will see that it's forming some kind of corrective flat. Now, it's not yet clear what type of flat it is, but as it stands at this point, this is an ABC running flat. So it started here, and this was its first wave. This was its second wave, and now we're in the making of the third wave of this corrective flat. Now, what this means, it means that this is a corrective pattern for a further continuation. But this is not necessarily to have ended at this point. And this is only one of two possibilities for this corrective pattern. Now, if we take a look at the key support and resistance areas that we have around here, we will see that this is the first key support that we have. And also, if we were to draw a trend line for the last two impulses of the structure, this trend line is going to be like this. As of this point, the price is being held by this small support area, which used to be a resistance around this high here, and it was retested again once and twice as a support after the price broke above it. So this is the exact area that's holding the price. However, our second possibility is suggesting if this support area does not hold the price and the price ends up breaking below this point, so the next support area is going to be this level, which is around $1. Now, this support area is going to be very strong because it's a combination of multiple support levels. First of all, we had this point here, and this point here, and this point, in addition to it having confluence with the trend line. So if the price breaks below this level, the next level to hold the price is going to be this point here around $1. And only then we can expect the price to resume its uptrend and have its last extension. In this scenario, the corrective flat that we are going to have is going to be an expanding flag, which is going to look like this. So this will be the first corrective wave, this will be the second one, and this will make the third one before continuing our uptrend from this point. In conclusion, we have two price levels now that we have to look for. The first one is the current price level where the price is standing, and that's the support that's holding the price. So if the price ends up breaking below this level, we're going to go all the way down towards this $1 support level. However, the second level stands over here. So if the price decides to hold its ground around here and continue going up from this point, as soon as it breaks this point, we're going to consider that the uptrend has resumed and the corrective pattern was only the initial pattern that we talked about. So these are the two key levels to look for next. Now the reason I'm telling you this because it's hard to put more weight on one scenario more than the other. So I would give 50% chances to either getting this scenario here or getting this scenario. Now if we go back in time to the first impulse of the structure, which was this one, we can see a similar scenario that happened here. So here we seem to have ended this structure after getting this long wick candle. However, the price pulled back in a corrective way and also formed an ABC corrective structure. But right when this structure was complete, it continued going towards the upside. But anyways, what I will do next is that I will plot the Fibonacci extension levels to see if this last wave of the structure has reached any of the key extensions to see if this structure was actually complete or we still have further uptrend to see. So as you can see here, after the end of the second correction, the fifth and the last impulse of this structure has went to retest the initial Fibonacci extension of 1.618, and it seemed to have failed over there to continue its uptrend. However, the price went back again and broke above this level to go and retest the 3.618 Fibonacci extension. So now we're facing one of two scenarios again. It's either we're going to repeat what happened over here when we first retested the 1.618, which means that after the price failed to break above the 3.618, it went down and is going to retest it and break above it again. Or this was the end of the structure and we shall see a pull down towards these levels. In both cases, none of these scenarios is still decided yet, and as I said to you guys earlier, the two key levels that are going to decide which scenario are we going to follow are going to be this level here and this level here, which happen also to stand around the key Fibonacci extension levels, the 1.618 and the 3.618. So if we break this one, we're going up, and if we break the current levels, we're going down towards these levels, and then we review it another time again to see if this was a more extended corrective pattern that could continue up further from this point here to the upside. But it's important to remember though that if we go with this second scenario and the price comes down towards these levels and also fails to hold its ground around here, then we can announce that the overall structure, the five-wave structure, is totally complete. Because if the price fails to hold its ground over here and goes below this level, so this is the time where we start seeing a series of lower lows. So this was the last low that the price has formed. So if we break below it, we would have formed the first lower low. So if the price comes back towards this level for a retest and fails again, then the long-term correction is going to be announced at that point. So please share your opinion and tell me, what do you think? Which scenario do you think Fantom is going to follow? Let me know your opinion in the comments below and tell me if you have a different argument. Now, if you liked today's video and you feel that you have benefited from these analyses, please make sure to subscribe and smash the like button, and also share the video as well. This was it for Fantom, guys, and until next video, stay safe and see you later.